out here on the West.
Yeah.
Just said the BPMs. Low and slow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You gotta elaborate on that, Bad Titles. I don't know too much about Gunna's situation. I know a little bit peripherally, but you gotta expound on what's going on. What's going on with Gunna? What I'm wondering, who's backing him? What's the use of blowing him up just to defame his name with a snitch? Oh my God, that stuff, yeah. It's that new shit, man. I need more info on that.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about it. I don't follow. I
don't like that either, bro.
Here, we're gonna touch it real quick.
Are they setting him up? His people are setting him up so they can get fame. Like that's whack as hell off the rip, right?
I'm gonna say this up front, like it crossed my mind to do some Melly discussions about the crime, about the court case, and the saga.
Is that what they're using their lyrics to?
But honestly, like I was getting all kinds of shorts, I was getting all kinds of court case documents, all kinds of stuff on my YouTube. And I said, and I'd go to every one of them and I'd say, don't recommend, 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 don't recommend. I'm going to be honest with you, I watched the first day. Watched the first day of the trial.
I can't stand trials. So
it made me want to pass judgment and stuff, so I walked away. So, like, anything that has anything to do with, like, people in their real life, like, I don't pay any attention to it. Like, I really don't. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I've thought about this, Deuce. I mean, like,
yeah.
Like, I want to interview people. I really want to interview people, like, remotely. Yeah. I never want to interview one of my favorite artists person to person and face to face. I really don't want to meet them like that. Like I want to stay a fan. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll never meet these people. Like I want them to stay up here. Like I don't want to meet them in person where like it could bring them down here to like I want them to stay up here. You know what I mean? Like.
Nah, I get that. They say you don't want to meet your heroes.
Like I think like meeting like Smokey Joe like right now when he's still like an artist on the come up is different. Like
absolutely,
because I know Smokey Joe the dude. You know before these like the superstar. You know what I mean? Like I know that dude before he's a superstar. Like I kind of feel like I know that dude. I can't sit here and act like I actually know Andre.
Would you say that
listen to his music? You know what I'm saying?
Would you say you still have that sentiment if they're older than you? Because if I was a kid and I'm listening to like Redman, I'm like, okay, I've been a fan since I was a kid. I mean, shit. Like I'm not gonna be like starstruck or I'm not gonna be like disappointed because I'm like, okay.
But they're people, you know what I mean? Like they're people, like, and I just, you know.
Yeah.
They're like people. It doesn't mean they're like good people. You know what I mean? Like
I know what you're saying.
Like some of the people we like their music are hustlers. Like they're real deal hustlers. They first of all they ain't ever gonna even want to talk to me. You know what I mean? Like they don't have no use for me.
But like Joe says, I understand. I do. I understand as well. Man.
But there's some of those dudes straight hustlers, bro. Like.
But we know hustlers on our day-to-days.
I don't want to run this Suge Knight anywhere in life. Like, at no point. Yeah, like,
not sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't ever want to put myself in a situation like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Absolutely. I get it. Absolutely. And that's, you're not saying anything that other people have said about. They say you don't want to meet your heroes. You don't want to meet celebrities because you might be disappointed and you might no longer have that same reverence for them after you meet them, which is understandable because you're seeing them as a caricature.
You're not seeing them as a real person.
But then if you meet them, you might meet them on a bad day. He said Common probably a dirty Mac. Oh snap! Not maybe in the earlier days. I don't know if he's 50, he's still dirty Mac. I don't know. Is he talking about common sense?
Well, I think for the most part, like Joe Budden comes off as like, abrasive and very opinionated.
Yeah.
But he has a lot of people around him. So if he was really that dude, like he wouldn't have that many people around him.
Because they wouldn't be.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, because if he was that dude, he wouldn't have that many people around him. Like that many people wouldn't work for him because he was that dude. So I don't think he's really that guy in life, if that makes sense. Like he's probably a genuinely caring dude and like wants to create jobs and opportunities for people around him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
yeah. But when do we could say that about
in his show because he's opinionated and like, you know what I'm saying? And some of the opinions and he stated has made him seem like this guy.
Damn, that's cold blooded, man.
You know what I'm saying, though, right? Like,
yeah, but I think that's an unfair rap just because someone gives an opinion. They could just be feeling that way on that day, man.
But there's social justice. There's social justice. So, like, when you say something opinionated about people, like you say something on Twitter that, like, people gonna hate on you, bro. Like, you have a troll audience, and that troll audience can grow. And then sometimes that troll. Oh no! I want to learn about artists. Like, see, that's the like doing it remotely like this where we just talk about music and stuff. Like, I want to interview artists, but like, I don't want to meet them. Like, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, right? Like,
yeah, I get it. And I think Smokey Joe expounds on that since you saw that. Let's pull up that. He says he met Cujo and Cujo Goody in real life. He could say he's as real as it gets. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like there's some people who probably are just down to earth people, right? I mean, you might get some people on a bad day. Something could have happened. They could have, like, when I was dealing with my tax situation for the first 4 months of this damn year, I was not the best person, bro. I felt like I felt angry for the most part. Felt angry. I felt anxious, but now that's just over with.
It's just something I thought about. If I ever get the chance to meet somebody, would I really want to do it?
And I think Skelly, we gotta well, the new artists, I think he's talking about like the heroes, the people he's revered for. But if we're just meeting an artist on the come up, like bless you.
I like that. Thank you. Like in the minor, I feel like I like the minor leagues. I like the before they're famous idea.
I feel
like if it was 94, 93, 94, and I was working at a radio station and these artists were coming through, yeah, that'd have been dope as hell. That'd have been dope as hell meeting them like that. Like if I was DJ Ray or if I was Hip Hop Food Spot working on a magazine or doing something like that, I would have loved to have met these artists. We're not at that point. Like, we're not at that level of influence. Man, I mean, maybe one of these days, I guess. But I'm still trying to figure out why an artist would really, like Bad Toss, like, why would an artist need us?
Why would they? They don't necessarily. We're not saying people. We just doing what we love, bro. Shit. I've you know what I'm saying. How do I put this? I've been around artists like, well, not necessarily hip hop artists, but musicians, and they're just regular people, man. Like, and if you do come across some that are weird, right? Even the other artists are gonna say, yeah, that person's a little weird. My dad used to call. I could call out some names of some artists who had careers, and he'd be like, yeah, when I met them, they were weird as hell.
Yeah.